What you are witnessing right now is the typical Malay wedding ceremony in our country. Bersanding, or enthronement, is the sitting together of the bride and groom on the bridal couch. The ceremony begins with the groom's procession accompanied by friends and relatives with kompang. Kompang is the musical instrument that you have witnessed just now. During a Malay wedding ceremony, silat, which is the traditional Malay martial arts, is commonly performed. So now I would like to invite our colleague, Mr. Idham, to perform this martial art. Please welcome. Thank you, Mr. Idham. So let us proceed with the next program. So as a country which consists of hundreds of different races, ethnicities, beliefs, during an event or a celebration, it is commonly seen that people are wearing different types of costumes. So we have plenty of them tonight, and let's not waste our time. Please welcome the models. Let's welcome Miss Farah and Mr. Hazwan. Miss Farah is wearing baju kurung. It is a traditional Malay costume for women. It is a loose-fitting, full-length dress consisting of a skirt and a blouse. Mr. Hazwan here wearing baju Melayu. It is literally translates as the Malaysian. The skirt that he is wearing is called kain samping. It is a loop of fabric folded around the waist, wearer's waist. For the next costume, I would like to invite Miss Shalini and Mr. Azam. Miss Shalini is wearing a sari, while Mr. Azam is wearing kurta and shalwar. which is made up of a strip of unstitched cloth that is draped over the body in various styles. Thank you, Charlie Muhammad. Our next model, Miss Umi and Mr. Firdaus. Mr. Firdaus is wearing baju batik, while Miss Umi is wearing baju kebaya. Baju batik is a piece of clothing normally worn by men during a formal occasion. Baju kebaya is a traditional blouse dress worn by Malay women in Malaysia.
We have Miss Tanya demonstrating sort of an Ibon dress. An Ibon maiden costume from Sarawak and Sabah, which consists of a bow tie, a brace strap, and a belt skirt, and a decorative belt made from silver coins. The chest endowment is called Marika Empang, and the headdress is called Sugu Tinggal. Next, we have Baju Kadazan demonstrated by Mr. Amirul and Miss Alex. This Baju Kadazan, commonly it is worn during the Sumalong dance, a dance that is known throughout Malaysia. The Kadazan paper dress consists of an interesting mix of a black velvet jacket, a skirt with a silver belt, and a collared blouse. The clothes used for both male and female ensemble stands to be black clothes embroidered with gold thread. Now we have Baju Orang Ulu, demonstrated by Mr. Khairul and Miss Eliza. Baju Orang Ulu. The male assembles of the Orang Ulu, who can be mostly found in central Borneo, consists of a skin vest called a sunam and a satine lion clothes complete with horn with leather headgear. A maiden's outfit consists of a traditional black velvet dance dress embroidered with an aso and naga stylish design. Now we have the attire called Cheongsam, demonstrated by Miss Agnes and Miss Nina. Cheongsam, a traditional dress worn by Chinese women, often made of silk and custom made. And now we have special appearance by our beloved Madam Sakya, who will demonstrate it to us. A dress. A dress we call suluk dress, a traditional female costume of the Zulu community in Sabah. The dress consists of a colorful sequin blouse and skirts worn during the mingle dance, especially that dance. How about that? And now to end this a very interesting fashion show, I would like to call upon all the performers for the final. Now we proceed to our next agenda for the evening, traditional dances. Living in a multiracial country, we Malaysians also have many kinds of traditional dances, which are the identity for each kind of ethnics. So tonight, some of our colleagues here are going to perform some of our traditional dances. The first dance will be the Tarian Bunga Rampai, which is a type of a Malay dance, one of the races. After that, we'll be entertained by an Indian contemporary dance, which will be performed by 3 Malaysian girls who came all the way from all over to perform this dance. How about that? Then we will end our traditional dance session with Kurik Kundi, which is also a traditional Malay dance made of a combination of different dancers from different states in Malaysia. So you guys sit back, relax and enjoy the show. Let's proceed. we have the Indian contemporary dance. It looks very tiring, but it's very interesting. Now we will have another traditional Malay dance called Kurik Kundi. It's a traditional dance made of different dancers from different states of Malaysia. round of applause because I think they worked hard for the dance, and like, it's just amazing, isn't it? Alright, now we have come to another highlight of the evening, which is the Merendis ceremony. It's a Malay terms of Merendis. During the Malay wedding ceremony, as you can see up front here, usually before the newlywed couples get to eat their food, we have this tradition called the blessing ceremony, or in our language it's called Merendis ceremony. This is done basically by the family members, relatives and guests as a sign of blessings to them. And before I forget, this is a real deal. This couple over here, they just got engaged during the summer holidays. Keep smiling. And they plan to have their proper wedding ceremony maybe end of next year, which then a very good luck. So yeah, I would like to invite His Excellency Zainab bin Bakar and his wife Madam Sakia Matsum, who is also the project coordinator for this event, to come forward and start the blessing ceremony. Basically, they will demonstrate to us how we do the blessing ceremony, or we call the Merendis ceremony. Usually this is done traditionally by anarchy of the family members. Firstly, usually by the grandfather, grandmother, father, mother, and then from the in-laws part, which is the grandfather, grandmother, the mothers-in-law, fathers-in-law. Following that, I think we would like to invite our interested guest who wants to try this blessing ceremony, who wants to learn and try it. opportunity to any of the guests to have a photo session with the bride and the groom. So if you may ask the bride and groom to please come forward. Do any guests? So to any guests who want to have a photography session with the bride and groom, here's the great opportunity. To take pictures with their bride and groom. If not, then we have to proceed to another agenda. Alright, so the next program is the most interesting part of the evening for those who are hungry right now. So this will be the dinner part, and let the bride and groom lead you guys to their dinner place.
By the way, the first song just now is called Cinta, which also means love. Used to be quite popular like 6 years ago in Malaysia. The next song is called And When Tomorrow. I mean, like in our language, it sounds better. So I hope you enjoy it. 2, 3, 4.
And then there is President Ready from our room.
The group.
it's not really a culture in Malaysia, but nowadays it seems like the newlywed couple will be singing for the audience. So let's welcome our newlywed.
The groom gonna sing in front of
All Malay song. All Malay song. The wedding song.
We're not prepared for that so traditional song. Well, and the next song is called Kalau Berpacaran. In our language, it means if you're dating.
If you're dating. It's basically a song, tips for you if you want to go for a date.
But you know, it's more like an advice.
Oh yeah, advice, not tips.
Right.
Pandang-pandang, jangan pegang-pegang, tinggal-tinggal, hai bersama saya. Biar malu-malu, biar segan-segan, malu itu berisai orang beriman. I know it kind of something that you don't understand. But well, we're gonna proceed. We're gonna take a break for a while, and we're gonna give way to our Chinese friends, like Chinese Malaysian friends, who will be singing a Chinese song, a Mandarin song, and they also have some gifts for you. So please welcome them, Florence and Ryan.
evening to everyone. My friends are passing you little red packets, and these packets are called ang paos. And basically, the function of this ang pao is during Chinese New Year, parents or married people will pass these red packets filled with money to children, to basically younger people. But because we are students and we are not married, yeah, so we don't have money. But we have something small for you. On the front page, it's 谢谢, which means Chinese. In Chinese, it means thank you. And at the back, there's a Chinese proverb for you. And I think almost everyone has a unique proverb tonight. So we're going to sing a Chinese song. It's basically a patriotic Chinese song. And the gist of it is, because of Malaysia, our dreams are made complete. In struggles, we learn to forgive. The many tears of the past are gone. Riding the winds, we fly above our troubles. We accept this new journey, thankful that we and Malaysia are able to unite and write our own future.
Thank you very much, guys. And to proceed, the next song will be performed by one of our staff at the embassy. And I would like to invite Sonia.
To give myself as a present to our couple which I get to marry. So all the best to you. If I should stay, I would only be on your way. So I'll go, but I know I'll think of you every step of the way, and I will always love you, and I will always love you. Bittersweet memories, that is all I'm taking with me. So goodbye, please don't cry. We both know I'm not what you need, and I will always love you, and I will always love you.
Thank you, Christian. So, but finally, an English song. Well, the only English song of the night. Anyway, so let's rock again.
Okay.
Yes.
This is over.